What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to Bananas Epic Gaming, and today we are filming episode 7 of Cage Talk. Now, today's episode is all about a 7-round mock draft for the Arizona Cardinals, who should have, as of this filming, a top 5 pick in the draft. We are awful. Mike McCoy just got fired. He got replaced with our QB coach. So hopefully he does good. Stephen Wilkes should be gone. If I have it my way, we can either get Jim Hardball, or we can get this gentleman right here, Lincoln Riley, or anybody that is better than Stephen Wilkes. Because Stephen Wilkes is not ready to be NFL coach. Now that being said, with Arizona being a top 5 pick, along with the Giants, the Jets, and the Colts, and I don't know who else for the 4th, maybe the Browns again, I personally would love to see them trade down. So this scenario, the Cardinals are going to trade down. Now there's 1 or 2 teams that are going to be calling, and that's the Green Bay Packers and the Raiders, because Nick Bosa is still on the board as of right now. So the Cardinals are going to accept the trade from the Packers. The Packers are going to send us their 2 first-round picks this year, a 3rd-round pick this year, and a 4th-round pick next year. That is good value. It's a win on both occasions for both teams. We win because we get to build through the draft. The Packers win because they get arguably one of the best players in the draft. All they had to do is get rid of their extra first-round pick they got. And they still got the guy they wanted to get in the 1st round and the 2nd round. So, Green Bay, I'm not screwing you over here. So now the Cardinals, they can go 1 or 3 ways in the 1st round. They can go defensive back, they can go wide receiver, and they can go offensive line. But for this scenario, we're going to go defensive back. So with their first pick in the 1st round of the 2019 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select defensive back out of LSU, Greedy Williams. Greedy Williams will be a tremendous pick for the Cardinals. He will be able to line up across from Patrick Peterson and maybe Jamal Taylor if we keep him. Now, the only piece that's missing, if we can get Tyrann Mathieu back, then we will have a tremendous backfield along with Budda Baker and Patrick Peterson and Taylor and now Williams. That'll be a great backfield for the Cardinals. The Cardinals have not had a number 2 quarterback since Antonio Cromartie. We could reach out to Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie. I mean, we drafted him, but Greedy Williams is the right pick here for the Cardinals, and now they can move on and they can draft another position in the need. They don't have to worry about their defensive backfield for a while. You can draft another one, but I don't see the need with Greedy Williams being the pick. Now, with their 2nd overall pick in the 1st round, 2nd pick in the 1st round, I see them going wide receiver. Some people say offensive line, some people say defensive line. Now, I say wide receiver because we have Nick Fitzgerald, let's say he comes back, and we have Christian Kirk. Outside of that, we have J.J. Nelson and Chad Williams. No. So with their 2nd pick of the 2019 NFL Draft in the 1st round, the Arizona Cardinals select A.J. Brown, wide receiver out of Ole Miss. Now, this pick could go 1 or 2 ways. It could be a complete bust. We could have missed out on Marquise Brown or Deebo Samuels. But A.J. Brown, I think, would be better in the NFL. He'd be able to learn from Larry Fitzgerald for a year or 2. He'd be able to take over when Fitz retires. Him and Kirk could be a dynamic duo. Kirk can possibly play the slot. But A.J. Williams to the Cardinals right here is a tremendous pick. If the Cardinals can make Williams and Brown happen, if they can make a trade like that and get 2 first-round picks, I see the Cardinals winning on day 1 of the draft. They need to address the wide receiver of the future now. Yes, Fitz is there, and yes, Kirk has the potential to be a true number 1, but what's better than having a true number 1 than having 2 true number 1 receivers? You can get Brown and get Kirk for your future, and you got Fitz right off to the sunset after the next 2 years. Brown to the Cardinals, I would love to see it. I actually see it happening. And now on to the next pick. Alright, now on to the second round. The Arizona Cardinals have one pick in the second round, and I see them going for an offensive tackle. Offensive tackle, Greg Little won't be there, and I forgot who the other big offensive tackle is, because I just know Greg Little is like number 1 offensive tackle ranked in the draft for next year. But there's one offensive tackle that's catching my eye. I watched some tape on him, and I think he can transition well to the NFL. So in the second round, with their first pick of the second round, the Arizona Cardinals select offensive tackle Yodny Cajuste out of West Virginia. If I said that name wrong, please let me know down in the comments. So here's where we stand. We have DJ Humphries. We have Mikey Potty, if we re-sign him. We have a center that's a question mark. Then the left guard is Justin Pugh, and then we can have Rodney right next to Justin Pugh. And that's our offense. Andre Smith can be a backup. Andre Smith is not that good. He wasn't that good when he played for Cincinnati. My friend even says, why the heck did you guys sign him? He's not that good. So Rodney, if he's coming in, he better be ready, because he better be ready to start, because he might be a starter. In my mind, he will be a starter day 1, but he's had to fight for it. Rodney has a tremendous upside. I think he's like 6'3", 250, I believe. But the only time can tell. Will the Cardinals take him? I hope the Cardinals take this guy, because he has good blocking. He can open up some gap for David to be a monster. So Yodny Cajuste is the pick if I am in control, and I hope Arizona is listening, and I hope they draft this guy. Now on to the next pick. And the next pick that we have is in the third round. We got 3 third-round picks. We got our third-round pick, we got the Packers' third-round pick, and we got the pick that we lost from the players that we lost. And the Cardinals, with their first pick in the third round, are going to go back to the defensive side of things. And they need to work on their linebacking core. They got Reddick, they got Buchanan, and you have Jones and Golden in there, but then you don't have them on your defensive line. So the Cardinals are going to get a inside linebacker with their first pick in the third round. And this guy is a stud. He's going to be a tremendous player in the NFL. So with their first pick in the third round of the 2019 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Cameron Smith, inside linebacker out of USC. Now this guy has a lot of potential. Some say he's a day 2, day 3 talent. I have him going day 3. The Cardinals pick up a tremendous value pick here, and they feel the need. The Cardinals are in a semi-rebuild mode. Yes, they're rebuilding around Josh Rosen, and they're rebuilding that defense. But with their new coach, whoever it is, if Steve Wilks is gone, I hope he's gone, Cameron Smith is the right pick to go for. Because I had Devin White, but Devin Bush, I don't think Devin Bush is going to be there. Trey Lamar, maybe he will be there, but Cameron Smith is the pick. And the Cardinals get a tremendous value pick right here with that. Now on to the second pick in the third round. In the second pick in the third round, the Cardinals are going to go back to offense, and they're going to beef up their offensive line. They're going to get a guy that can possibly play guard and center. We're going to have him playing center unless Mikey Potty gets hurt. Or if we don't sign a left guard, he'll be playing center. If we sign a center, he's going to play left guard. And with their second pick in the third round, the Arizona Cardinals select Michael Jordan, left guard center out of Ohio State University. Now this guy, he has a pretty good upside from what I've seen, tape-wise. He has some decent size on him. He has his decent weight on him. He has the potential to be a tremendous offensive lineman and a steal of the draft for anybody that gets him, because he's day 3, day 4 talent. Or round 3, round 4. Day 3, day 2 talent. Michael Jordan to the Cardinals could be the best thing for him, because he could learn from Mikey Body if we resign him before he retires, and he can take over. He could be a franchise left guard. And like I said, we're rebuilding and retooling and rebuffing the offensive line. I like this pick a lot. Now on to the next pick. The next pick is staying on the offensive side, and it's giving Josh Rosen another weapon, another running back. And now I know what some of you are probably thinking, why are you taking a running back in round 3? Well, you got David Johnson. Outside of David Johnson, you got nobody. Nobody at all. And with this pick, this is going to be a stud in the NFL. I really like this guy. I really hope that he does well in the NFL. And with that being said, with their third pick in the 3rd round of the 2019 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select running back Justice Hill out of Oklahoma State University. Now, Justice Hill could be a dynamic, scary duo with David Johnson and with the right offensive line and the right offensive coordinator, of course, backing him up. You have him, you have David, you have Fitz, you have A.J. Brown, who you just drafted in this draft, and you have Christian Kirk and J.J. Nelson. That is a really good Arizona offense. And you have Jermaine Gresham, too. And Cicero Jones. That offense is good. All you need to do is build a line. For him to be successful, you have to have a good line. Arizona is starting to build that line up again, and Justice Hill to the Cardinals is a good value pick for the Cardinals at this point in the draft. Now on to the next pick. The next pick, I believe, it's round 4, the 4th round pick. They have one 4th round pick, and they're going to go back to the defensive side of things, and they can easily get somebody that can play defensive end and linebacker, because the Cardinals need help at linebacker. That's exactly what they do with this pick. They look at their board, they got some good guys up there. They got Porter, they got Burns, they got Ferguson, they got Haynes and Bryant, who are all on the board. But at the end of the day, the Cardinals are going to take USC linebacker / defensive end Porter Gustin. Now, Austin Bryant could be a possibility here, but I see him going before we pick. That's why I went with Porter Grant. You can go Porter Grant, but if Austin Bryant's there, it's a toss-up. Porter Grant has the ability to be a good linebacker / defensive end in the league, and this is a decent value pick for the Cardinals at this point in the draft. Now, line them up with Reddick and Chandler Jones and Golden, and you have a dynamic duo. Now on to the next pick. The Cardinals, they are going to get Josh Rosen another weapon, because you want to build around Josh Rosen. You took him number 10 overall last year. You traded up for him. Now you got to build around him. That's exactly what they do. So they're going to go get him a nice little tight end to play with for the next 4 to 10 years. And with that being said, with their 5th round pick, the Arizona Cardinals select Irv Smith Jr., tight end out of Alabama Crimson Tide. Now, the Cardinals, they never had a franchise tight end. I'm not saying that Smith Jr. could be that guy, but he could be the right step in the direction. He could be one of your go-to franchise tight end guys until you find your number 1 tight end. He could be number 1 tight end until you find him. He could be number 2 tight end. But Irv Smith Jr. is a great value pick for the Cardinals and a nice little weapon for Josh Rosen. Now, on to the next pick. If they take him here, I would not be surprised. Now, the Cardinals, again, they're going to go back to the defensive side and go to the secondary. Not the DBs, they're going to go to the safeties. Because you got Buddha, you got Bethea, and you got Let me see who else we have. That's it for right now. So there's only one way to go. So the Cardinals make the call, and they take strong safety Jaquan Johnson out of Miami. Now some of you are probably thinking to yourself, why are the Cardinals going to strong safety? Because Budda Baker is locked in strong safety, but he can also play free safety. But you're going to need to find a replacement for Bethea. Buchanan is not going anywhere. Hopefully he's going to be linebacker. But Jaquan Johnson can be the replacement for a year or two. If you need to draft another free safety in the first round, you can do that, or second round. But I like Jaquan Johnson. That is a good first round value in the 6th round. Now on to the Arizona Cardinals' last pick. And now the Arizona Cardinals, they're looking at their board, and they're going to take a quarterback. They're going to take a 3rd string quarterback in case Rosen goes down, in case Glenn goes down. Sam Bradford's gone. He's done. And with that being said, the Arizona Cardinals select Nick Fitzgerald to be their last pick of the draft, and I'm going to tell you why right now. Okay, so Nick Fitzgerald is coming out of Mississippi State. Nick Fitzgerald had a suspension for some reason, I believe, this year, or was it last year? I'm pretty sure it was this year. But you need a backup QB. You have Glennon. Yes, he's there for 2 years, but he won't be there for the long run. You can get Nick Fitzgerald, have him learn the system in case Rosen goes down, in case Glennon goes down, and he's ready to go. Yes, so he did get suspended for this. He did get suspended this year. But Nick Fitzgerald is a good pick, good first. He could be a first-string quarterback in any team if he had more time to develop. But I personally see Nick Fitzgerald going 7th round or undrafted. That's just me. He has good potential, but I don't see him being a long-term solution for a team. And now, I want to thank you guys for joining us for this 7-round mock draft. Remember, this is what I would do if I was in charge. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and be sure to be on the lookout for the ranking of all the Halloween films. I'm going to do that ranking as soon as I see the new one. And if you know me, you know what's going to be my least favorite, the Rob Zombie films. So I'll see you guys soon. Peace.